today we come at you with a UnHaul video. Now people keep commenting on how controversial these are. Not in my videos because I don't get the views for that, but the general consensus is that UnHauls are controversial, and I think that's to do with over-consumerism and that kind of thing. I've only ever done UnHauls of books that I've read but just haven't enjoyed, so that's what we're doing again. I am hopefully getting new bookshelves at some point this year, which means that all of my books are going to be put together in one or two places, and I had to purge my shelves. So I've gathered together I think about 30-ish books that I've read that I haven't really enjoyed. And some of them are recent reads, some of them are new releases, some of them are books that I was gifted, some of them are books that they kind of all have the same general thought, is I've held on to them either because I was given them or because I bought them, but I have not enjoyed them, and for whatever reason have not yet sold them or given them or donated them. That's just what this haul is. They all have that kind of same thing, so I'm not going to go into detail about any of these books or why I didn't like them, or if I was just kind of disappointed, and I don't see the point in hanging on to a book that I didn't love that I'm probably never going to read again. So that's what these books are. They are being unhauled. First two books are books that were given to me that they're not really my kind of thing, and that is The Little Book of Mindfulness, and I don't actually think I ever read this book, but it was given to me, and I'm not one for inspirational quotes and stuff, so yikes. The next one was The LDS Teenager's Guide, which is another book of quotes, and there's like a quote for every day. I did read this one, but like I said, I'm not really one for quotes. Now these next ones are going to make you horrified. You're going to be horrified, you're going to be disgusted at me, but that's okay because I actually have two sets of this collection, and they are the Chronicles of Narnia. Now the reason these are the only ones I'm going to kind of give a preface for, because these books mean so much to me, but I have two sets of these books. So I have this set here that I was given for Christmas one year. These are kind of the ones that I've held onto and kind of kept displayed because they were the pretty ones, if you will. But I have an older set. Well, yeah, no, I have an older set, and when I was kind of faced with the decision of keeping those ones or these ones a little while ago, I could let go of these ones, but I could not let go of the other ones. So those are the ones that I will be keeping, and so these ones are the ones that I will be selling or donating. Warcross and Wildcard by Marie Lu, which I just thought was disappointing. I mean, they weren't bad when I was reading them, but I was just, the thought of reading them again, I was like, no, there's better books, especially better books by Marie Lu. Also got Eye of the Ice Mark by Stuart Hill, Chinese Cinderella and the Secret Dragon Society by e.m.m.a.f.a.g.a.n, Prom Nights from Hell by an assortment of authors, which I think I just kind of kept because there's so many authors that I've read in it, like there's Meg Cabot and Stephanie Meyer and that kind of thing. The Pilates Healing Bible by Melissa Cosby. This is another book I was gifted and I never really used. I'm very into yoga, not very into Pilates. Isle of the Lost by Melissa de la Cruz, Jim Henson's Labyrinth. Now, before y'all come at me, the only reason that I kept this book is because of the illustrations in the back, which I still think are beautiful and gorgeous and really cool to have, but the novelization of the movie was so atrocious that it actually put me off the movie a little bit, which is some feat, as it has been one of my all-time favorites since I was a child. So this, just for peace of mind, needs to go. In Real Life by Corey Detro and Jen Wang, Wolf Hall by Hilary Mantel, Serafina by Rachel Hartman, Summer Nights and Summer Days edited by Stephanie Perkins. These books, this is the second one, and there's like a Christmas one and a summer one, and I loved the Christmas one, but I really disliked the summer one, and I don't know why, because they're the same kind of stories, and there's like good authors in here that I really enjoy their writing, but for some reason this just didn't do it for me, and so I'm keeping the Christmas one, donating / selling the summer one. Mum Minder and Bed and Breakfast Star by Jacqueline Wilson. These are two, I have so many Jacqueline Wilson books from when I was younger, and these are two just kind of missed the boat for me. I read them when I was a little older, and I think I was just out of the age bracket, so I don't have any like sentimental attachment to these two, so I'm okay with donating / selling them, even though I'm keeping so many other Jacqueline Wilson books. These next two books I'm actually going to talk about a little bit as well, and these are two books that I won in Booktubeathon and Biannual Bibliothon challenges. Now I'm donating / selling them, but I hope I can get across that that does not mean I'm not appreciative for the hosts of those readathons for sending them to me, or that I'm ungrateful, or that I didn't appreciate it in any way. It's still like such an honor. Like, that sounds so silly, but like, it's such an honor to have been chosen as the winner for those challenges. And I hope I can get across that I mean no disrespect for this. They just weren't books that I loved as much as I wanted to. And just for the sake of space, I'm sending them on their way to the next reader. Hopefully that comes across right. And they are Elusive by Emily Lloyd-Jones and The Rest of Us Just Live Here by Patrick Ness. That's those two books. And also the sequel to Elusive, which is Deceptive by Emily Lloyd-Jones, which I got to finish off the geology. This next book, actually, I read once, and this was during my phase of buying collections of short stories and really not liking them. And this was kind of what made me think I didn't like short stories for so long, even though that's not really my opinion anymore. And that is Queen of Teen. And there are so many good authors in here. Let me give you some. There's Meg Cabot, Kathy Cassidy, Kathy Hopkins, Louise Vernison, Jacqueline Wilson, Karen McCombie. There's so many books, so many authors that I used to love in this collection. So when I got it and I read it and I didn't like it, I was so disappointed. And I've just kind of held on to it. I kind of put it in a drawer and forgot about it. So that's what this book is. This next book is a book that I love the idea for. I think it's such a fascinating and interesting idea, but it was written so dull and so boring that I never see myself rereading it. But it is Murder, Mutiny and Mayhem, concerning the affairs of the blackest-hearted villains from Irish history. And it is essentially the real-life Irish villains from Irish history. And there's some really interesting characters in here, but like I said, was written really dull, and I just did not enjoy it. But some of the people, if you want to look up some Irish villains that were interesting, were Burke and Hare, who were grave robbers, and Luke Ryan, who was a pirate. They should have put in, I'm kind of annoyed that they didn't put any Irish women villains in here, because they should have put really in Grania O'Malley. But whatever, I guess she's not a villain. Jinx by Meg Cabot, The Keeper's Daughter by Gil Arbida, Undine, The Summer Palace by Ebony McKenna. This is a book where I loved the first book, but I hated the sequel. I thought the sequel was so cliche and annoying. But the first book is like one of my favorite children's books. So there is more books in the series, but I won't be reading them. So I thought I'll keep the one I'm sentimentally attached to and get rid of the sequel. That one can be sent on its merry way. Longburn by Joe Baker. This book was given to me when I worked in a bookshop and I was leaving, and the girls there put together a gift for me, and they knew I was looking at this book, so they got it for me. And I'm so grateful to them for doing that, because it was such a nice thought. But there were some issues I had with this book. The one, it's a retelling of Pride and Prejudice from the point of view of the maids who would have worked in Longbourn. And in it, there's just, I guess it's a spoiler, so I can't tell you, but it kind of makes you have a sour taste in your mouth about the Mr. Bennet, who's one of my favorite father figures in all of literature. So I didn't like that. I didn't like it. So I appreciate this gift, but we're gonna thank it for being part of our journey and send it to the next reader. Half Bad by Sally Green, The Alchemist by Michael Scott, A Kiss in Time by Alex Flynn, The Warrior Heir by Cinda Williams-Chima. Now there's quite a few books there, isn't there? I'm gonna have a quick scan around my bookshelves to see if there's anything else that I want to purge in this haul, and I will update you shortly. I did it. I found some more. So another Jacqueline Wilson book that I read when I was a little older. I was trying to collect them all. And when that didn't happen, I guess there's some that I didn't enjoy as much as others that I'm willing to let go of now. And one of those is The Cat Mummy, because it freaked me out. I also have, oh wow, okay, this one didn't want to go. Looks by Anna Godberdson, which is a historical fiction, like, young adult book, but I didn't love it. These next books are all by the same author, and there is the Friends Forever collection by Jean Eyre, also Passion Flower and Family Fan Club. Now, I've only ever read one Jean Eyre book that I enjoyed, one, and it was not any of these. So they are the 41 books that I will be giving away / donating / selling to a secondhand bookstore. As many as I can sell, I will sell, because you don't get much moolah for the secondhand books. But anywho, these are books, and while I appreciate that they were part of my book collection for a while, it is time for them to go to the next reader who will hopefully enjoy them a little more than I did. Yeah, I mean, every once in a while it's good to kind of purge your shelves, because there's a lot of those that I was holding on to. And even though I didn't really like them, I kind of kept them. And even though I frequently go through my shelves and kind of sell or donate books that I didn't enjoy as much, these ones for some reason managed to make the cut so many times. But this time I was a bit ruthless. I was a bit ruthless this time around. So these have cleared up considerable space in my book drawers because a lot of them didn't make it to the shelf. A lot of them were in the drawers, and they have cleared up a lot of space, which is good because phase 2 is coming soon. Actually, it's not coming for like 6 months, so I wouldn't worry about that if I was you. That's all I have for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.